I really wish Pokemon was real.
You won't find a 7-year-old with more energy than this boy. Our photographer asked him to sit still for just a few minutes for this story, and, well, you see how that went. His parents asked that we not show you his face tonight because in just the last few weeks, their son has been through more trauma than any child should ever have to endure.
When it's at its worst, what's he like?
He can be aggressive, mostly to himself.
Her son, who we'll call Jacob, suffers from autism, ADHD, and disruptive behavior disorder. In a lot of ways, he's like any 7-year-old boy. But at the drop of a hat,
That TV stuff where I was acting at the fading for the Pokemon.
the wrong noise or smell or touch can set him off.
Do you have any medicine?
I know, you're okay. Mom's got you.
Don't do it.
Mom's got you. When he hears a sound he doesn't like, he will, punch his ears. And then if he's really getting upset, what he'll mostly do is he'll, bang his head on the floor.
And last month, Jacob's behaviors were getting worse, to the point where his mom and dad didn't feel they could keep him safe. Doctors wanted to admit him, and the first psychiatric bed available was here, at New Baltimore's Harbor Oaks Hospital. Jacob had been to other psychiatric hospitals before, including Harbor Oaks.
Remember, this is the one you like. This is the one where you have friends. It's not going to be like the other hospital. I said, this is the one that's going to keep you safe. And that's why this has been so hard, because obviously that's not what happened.
Jacob would be admitted on a Thursday afternoon. By Friday morning, less than 24 hours later, his mom got a phone call. Her son had been hurt.
When I saw him, it was like he was, he was disoriented. He was in shock. I don't even think he knew what just happened to him.
She said staff told her there'd been an incident with another patient, a 17-year-old, 200-pound boy who'd picked up her 58-pound son and thrown him on the concrete floor.
They said it was an estimated 6 feet that he was thrown down onto the floor. There was significant bruising on his cheekbone and on his chin.
His face covered in bruises, Jacob was taken from one hospital to another, transported by ambulance to McLaren-Macomb Emergency Room and given a battery of tests.
And this is what they subject themselves to.
It's a sad story to Atasha Mathis, but not a surprising one. For a year, she was a nurse at Harbor Oaks and says the story was always the same. Too many patients and too few staff to keep them safe. After repeatedly complaining to management, she finally quit last month.
They were really focused on money and saving money. That makes everybody below suffer.
Was management focused on safety?
I don't think so.
And yet management was all smiles last week at a ribbon cutting for a new wing at Harbor Oaks, adding more beds for patients that current and former staff say they already struggle to keep safe.
It allows us to help more patients each and every year.
How are you going to have another building? You can't even staff this building. To me, in my opinion, it's just more money for the business.
Jacob's mom says she's learned her lesson. If her son needs psychiatric help again, they won't be returning to Harbor Oaks.
I could have just kept him home. He would have been better than he is now. My child could have died. He could have been paralyzed.